have the time to listen to me whine about nothing and everything all at once. I am one of those melodramatic fools, neurotic to the bone, no doubt about it. Sometimes I give myself the creeps. Sometimes my mind plays tricks on me. It all keeps adding up. I think I'm cracking up. Am I just paranoid? Am I just... I went to a shrink to analyze my dreams. She says it's like a that's bringing me down. I went to a... He said my life's a bore. Joke with my wife because it's bringing her down. Sometimes I give myself the creeps. Sometimes my mind plays tricks on me. It all keeps adding up. I think I'm cracking up. Am I just paranoid? Grasping to control, so I better hold on. Sometimes I give myself the creeps. Sometimes my mind plays tricks on me.
Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Crescent City of New Orleans and the Caesars Superdome, the home of the Saints. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the San Francisco 49ers and the New Orleans Saints. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, set to get this one started. Off we go from the Superdome. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down. A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so high. They knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
From the 41. Here's 2nd and 6. Purdy quickly to Ayuk. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But Really nice job there by the quarterback. Get into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
1 yard gain. Brings up second and 9.
From the 48-yard line, here's second and 9. Purdy works out of the pistol. This throw left side, caught by Kittle. And they'll take this down inside 35. Purdy to Kittle for the Niners first down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around, making the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. Think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
Open receiver, the former Gators, Ricky Pearsall. Give him 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down.
A gain of 12. And a 49er first down.
Up the middle, here's McCaffrey. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
And he'll get only about 3 before being ridden out of bounds.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Ninth play of this opening drive, trying to keep it going here on third down. Shotgun snap to Purdy. Able to complete it to Ayuk. And he's into the end zone. Brandon Ayuk. Touchdown, San Francisco. His first touchdown of the new campaign. On now, Eddie Pinheiro for the extra point. He's got it. And the 49ers will take a 7-0 lead.
7. Saints nothing. Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. Velus Jones now on the return. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
To Olave. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
No gain on the play.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
On the handoff, Jones. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Well, nothing doing here, and I think you can see pretty early on. Now, while he's trying to remain patient and see if a hole pops, it's just too slow of a developing play. He never gets into the teeth of the defense at all and ends up being taken down for a loss.
Now Shough on third down. He'll go right and find his running back. And he's very close to a first down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
They'll indeed go, and it is Shough. He's got the first down and more than that. And they will finally catch up to him and get him down. A big play that time on 4th and 1, 37 yards. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. quick pass to the receiver heading right. And he's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard.
27-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Here is Shuck. Here comes the screen to Jones. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. Give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back allowed him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
So, a little extra time to think about what to do on 4th down as we are through quarter number 1. 7-0 is our score. More from New Orleans after this. The field goal unit staying put. They're going to line up and go for this on 4th down. Now a designed run with Shuck. Oh, he's going to be very close. It depends on the mark, but he is short. They've held him on 4th down. What a stand. Kittle is the man in motion. They'll run with McCaffrey to start this drive. And that one is going to be thrown down the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing it and dropping him for a loss.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
The connection made to Ayuk. They're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line.
A gain of 15.
Remember, he had the touchdown on the opening drive, and here on drive 2, he gets a 1st down with that catch.
1st down, 49ers.
Over the middle to Kittle. Still going. And one effort after the catch. He goes all the way.
Touchdown,
70 yards. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Eddie Pinheiro lining up.
Pinheiro on for the extra point. He's got it. And the 49ers move out on top. 14-0.
14. Saints nothing. Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
So now after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. Jones now on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Shuck looking to throw on 1st down. The pressure there got to him. He's hit as he threw it. And that pass ball is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Shuck. That's caught by the tight end Smith. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. A gain there of 27 yards.
And these are the throws that when they evaluate young quarterbacks coming out of college, they want to see you be able to make. Everyone worries about how far you can throw the ball. And while that's certainly important, to be able to make the throws from sideline to sideline, especially in those intermediate zones.
And he will score! Chris Olave, touchdown Saints. That is 2nd TD catch of the season. Point after the drive forthcoming. His kick is good. Saints are on the board. It's now 14-7.
14. Saints 7.
chance out on defense here is Justin Reed to kick this one away. The return is Ricky Pearsall. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin
The
there.
Niners take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Here's Purdy on first and 10. Throw, left side, complete to Pearsall. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Brings up second and 4 at the 38-yard line.
From the 38 now, here's second and 4. Purdy will give it to McCaffrey on the draw. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is first down.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
First and 10 for Purdy. That's over the middle and intercepted. And he's going to be looking at a short field for the offense after the INT. Chance to tie the game or even take the lead.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the third or fourth read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jump that route, challenge the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway. And the defender does such a good job, Mike, not only putting himself in position to make the play, but how often do we see guys that are there and they just can't quite make it? In this case, he's there, knocks the ball down, really nice play.
Second and 10. On the ground, here's the Clemson product, Travis Etienne. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it.
A 2-yard pickup makes it third and 8.
They need 8 as they come up for third down. Operating out of the gun, this is Shuck. Open man is Palmer. It's complete. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 28 as they convert on third down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes. And there is a lot of room to operate.
And the Saints are going to have first and goal. He's able to take it inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. 2 minutes remaining here in this first half. We're back to New Orleans. After this, a chance here to draw level before the break. It's first and goal.
19.
That is caught out wide on the RPO. And he will get into the end zone. Chris Olave. Touchdown Saints. His second touchdown of this first half. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
So back to level after the touchdown. In time for the kickoff. Pearsall going to return it. Now an opening past the 30. Terrific return. He's taken down just shy of midfield.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
In in motion. It's Robinson. Purdy now. He'll throw on first down. That'll be taken in. It's Demarcus Robinson. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half. And just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
On the give, it's McCaffrey. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
He was brought down by Keon Costa. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Second down at 8.
33-yard line.
Again, it's McCaffrey. With good blocking leading the way, he's got the first down inside the 25. The Niners use the first of their timeouts. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half.
First down, 49ers.
They'll go back to McCaffrey on first down. 17 yards on the gain, and now they've got first and goal. Ball sitting at the 7. First and goal.
49er, first down.
And they'll run here with McCaffrey. And this time they are ready for it. Thrown for a loss. And it's second down.
Loss of 1. Brings up second and goal.
Again, it'll be McCaffrey. And he's in. Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown. 49ers. His second rushing touchdown of the year. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off. 6.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Jones now on the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Off the name, first of all, you ain't fat long enough. With me, you ain't strong enough. So whatever it is, they got you thinking that you Superman and ain't you.
Looking to throw on first down. Here's Shuck. Man open is Jones. He's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
And he can hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
The right side to Olave. And he's got about 5 on this one before he's out of bounds. And they're set up a little bit better for third down.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Third down, they need 5. Right back to Olave. He's done it again. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain. The Saints now going to try a field goal here. They'll put this one down at midfield. Here comes a 60-yard attempt. His kick is good. From 60 yards out, he's got the leg to knock it through.
17.
there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
It's a loss of a yard.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Chuck. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
A 7-yard loss.
Well, as they face this possible 3 and out following that second down sack, now if you're the quarterback, you've got to be thinking, get the ball out of my hand, find a matchup I like downfield, and try to push this ball past the sticks and keep this drive alive.
On 3rd and long, here's Shuck. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
They'll go. And here's Shuck. He's got his receiver. It's Jones. And he's going to have the Saints first down as they pick up a big chunk of yards to boot. That's a gain of 18.
And this is so much of the skill sets that we're seeing around the league at the running back position. You don't want to have to sub your running back off the field, Mike, when you build what they call these empty or 5-wide sets. You keep your running back and run true receiver routes and be a threat. Because when you can, there's a lot of big plays to be made.
Jones now on 1st and 10. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 49ers 39-yard line.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 3. Now Shuck. That one incomplete. Good job mixing up there. Separated a man from the ball. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
3rd down. 3 to go. To throw is Shuck. He's got his man down the field. It is a big completion. And he will get into the end zone. Mason Tipton. Touchdown, New Orleans. A terrific play all the way around. Finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
This one taken at the 7. Oh. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The drive starts with a carry by McCaffrey. And this will wind up a Niners 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
Remember this one thing. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 9. Purdy going to give this one to McCaffrey. And he'll pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. He's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
3rd and short. Purdy. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
That's incomplete. Daring Hall on 4th down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on down. on first down. Shuck. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, and it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Here's a little pop pass heading to the right. Nice work after the catch. It stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
Brings up 3rd down.
3rd and inches. They try and run for the first down with Jones. They'll bring him down right at the 35, but that is good enough. They pick up the first down.
Nice job there on 3rd and inches, and you know, Mike, that defense, they are packing it in. They're trying to get as many bodies up at the line of scrimmage, so you get past that first wave, look out. They did a nice job bringing him down, or else that looked like he was going to take it all the way.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Cowboy 80.
Throwing is Shuck. Quick throw, taken in, and no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
Shuck to throw on 2nd down. Hit by the 4-time All-Pro Fred Warner. He gets free. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, San Francisco. The defense comes up with the big play, and the pick six changes all the momentum. New leader in this one with that touchdown.
Mike, this is one of those plays at the end they're going to look back on and say that play changed the game. Not only do you create the turnover, you take it back the other way, and now you find yourself with the lead here in the second half.
Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. Jones now on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The drive begins with a carry by Jones. And he'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. From the 29, here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw, here is Shuck. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. He gets that to his tight is Shuck on 1st and 10. That's going to be incomplete. Hubbard very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. And that defender's bearing down. You really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
It is 3rd and 10. To the air is Shuck. He's got his running back downfield, and it's complete. And he'll take this one in. Velus Jones. Touchdown Saints. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Pearsall going to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
A 1st down throw for Purdy. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 8. They run straight ahead with McCaffrey. And he is not going to get away. Might have got the yard, but it will set up 3rd down.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Out of the gun, here's Purdy. He's got his tight end, Kittle. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
The RPO, that one is complete. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Here's a design run. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, like, I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Pearsall, the man in motion. Purdy now on 2nd down. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs, They clog up the back end, and at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
That is brought in at the 10. And there's going to get this all the way down inside the 5. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
San Francisco.
Here's McCaffrey. And that play took a little long to develop. They stopped it for no gain at the 4. So now the Saints will use the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll get together prior to this second down play. On the run, McCaffrey. And nothing developed there. He'll get back to the 5, and that's all. Saints going to use their second timeout. Talk things over before third down. He pulls it in around the 5. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Brings up 4th and goal.
Here we go. The noise is deafening. It's 4th and goal. Here's Purdy. This one is caught. 4th and goal. They deliver to Marcus Robinson. Touchdown, 49ers.
Eddie
What a
Pinheiro
big call there. It's 4th
lining up
down.
for
A
the
field
play.
goal gives you the lead, but they clearly want more. Like we see so many teams going more towards the 4th down to keep the offense on the field. 3 points don't get you the win. This shows so much confidence in this offense by this coaching staff.
Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. The return team going to let that one go. They'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
They'll come up for 1st and 10. Running is Jones. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
Gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's 2nd down. Here's Etienne. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
Time now becoming a factor as we get to 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. That's into the hands of Travis Etienne. And it looks like he's going to have a 1st down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that 1st down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way. On 2nd down, it's Shuck. He's going to air this one out for Jones. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They got it inside the 15. It's a big play when they needed it the most. It's a gain of 34.
12-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Shuck. And that could be the dagger. It's intercepted. That's the linebacker, Fred Warner.
File this play takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
So, a win here for our visitors, the 49ers. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that